Hello everybody and welcome back to again 4WC2026, another match back to back. We are still with the bangers, are also lined up for this Sunday as we're going to be seeing a Netherlands versus Finland match coming up in just a few moments. And as you might know, it is just another one that you can talk quite a lot about, and honestly, I'm not even completely sure who is going to be the winner of this matchup, simply because I do believe the potential is present. The way to go for those of the teams is still, they are still able to perform so nicely, but for now, it is just a question if they are going to be able to do this today, especially as right now it is a fight for survival, for a fight to see who is going to be coming out as a winner, or rather not as a winner but as a advance, one of the teams that will be advanced towards the round of 16 of the 4WC, and that is a sight to witness. So who will be covering this match? Of course it will be me, Tommy1, joined today by the lovely Mavosik. Welcome back, and how are you doing today, man?
Hello there, doing pretty well, joining off and off, on and off. We have a lot of matches today, a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of basically a match marathon at this point. And as you mentioned, this match pretty interesting between Finland and Netherlands. Very much a match that could be deciding for the top two of this Group C. In this case, every team of this group will advance to the round of 16, but Team Finland and Netherlands are fighting for the upper bracket position in the round of 16. The third and fourth placed teams are gonna go down to the losers bracket. Netherlands off a win with the seed 15, second highest seed in this group. Finland being the seed 23 with one win and one loss, but that loss was a really close one against Chile on a tiebreaker, which not many people expected to be real. It was the C23 seed 9, as Chile is currently dominating the group with, well, FF from Austria, but interesting match we have seen here. And now as we get into the bans and picks, we see first ban from Finland being hidden to pretty much a ban that has been banned very often, if not the most banned map, not the most banned map, I'd say, in this whole group stage. But now waiting for Netherlands and their two bans. What do you think, Tommy?
Honestly, I think it is going to be quite clear, right? Because Hard Rock is just a bit too nice for Finland right now, right? They have shown some of their capabilities, especially as they were able to get number 5 result on the Hard Rock 2 in the qualifiers, right? It would be kind of a no-brainer to remove this map out of their hands, out of their pocket, but generally it might be a bit of a surprise, right? But simply because Netherlands, I feel like they are kind of on a roll, right? They did get some great performance of their own, and they have a capability to surprise us as well. So maybe some of those more exciting ideas, they still are going to be seen. We're still going to be seeing them in play here, especially if they want to, for example, remove some of those nomad maps that they are not feeling as confident on, simply because, again, Netherlands and Finland, they are so closely matched that those nomads are going to be pretty much just a coin flip on any of them.
Yeah, looking the first ban coming being double time 2. So Netherlands banning the tapping map of Finland. Finland having some interesting roster for tapping. Does make a bit of sense, especially with players like Evert and Tablety, Turkis for Nemk, for, I mean, all very good players for Team Finland. A lot of no names you have here and there. On Team Netherlands, you have John Atkin and Genga also, and some other pretty notable players. So, player-wise, roster-wise, I don't think many teams will have. These teams will have struggles on any of the maps, but tapping is something that Finland could be scary on, especially at that BPM of 240, and we see both of that 240 BPM maps banned out from Netherlands. So Jashin, Nomad 2 ban and DD2 ban as well for Team Netherlands. Let's see if Finland continues with the gimmicky bans and opt for what could be a normal 5 ban. Never mind, hidden 3 ban. Okay.
Huh. Honestly, Hidden 3 is a bit more surprising to me than anything, right? Because, well, of course we could have gone towards a Nomad 5, a bit more of a gimmicky rhythm that you mentioned, right? We could have gone towards a DT1, DT3, because, again, Netherlands had such incredible performance on those DTs as well, right? And the DT2 ban is not going to be showing much of a disadvantage that they will be having on, for example, DT1, right? But, wow, Hidden 3, well, it in theory makes sense. I feel like it was the less priority kind of a map that they had to remove, so I'm going to be watching quite closely on what will be the decision in the future, what Finland will be going for in this match, because it seems like we might be seeing some surprises.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm a bit surprised with this ban switch up from Finland, as they did ban Hidden 2, no mod 5 in both of their matches, now switching up with Hidden 3 against this Netherlands roster. And when looking at qualifiers, yes, Netherlands may have had better Hidden overall, but it wasn't by that much, so banning this Hidden, I mean, yeah, they did pretty nicely on no mod 3 as well, so maybe that form of map ban makes sense instead of that gimmicky no mod 5, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. And now waiting for the first pick coming from Netherlands. As I mentioned, they did pretty well on that no mod 3 in qualifiers. No mod 4 was pretty nice as well, but Finland was just one seed away of them. So it will be interesting to see what they opt for. I mean, that no mod 3 could make sense, maybe something like HR3 potentially, but more on the LT side. No mod 4 could be a fun map to see between these two teams, definitely, but probably not a certain pick for either. So when they want, if they want to pick something that would be pretty comfortable for them, pretty confident on, they would go into something LT double time 3. I don't hate it. It's also a map of similar style with that snappy 1-2s. You can see throughout the map some wiggles here and there, so DD3 definitely makes sense as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite interesting, right? The Netherlands should be having an advantage on this type of map, one way or another, at least on the paper in theory, but again, I feel like the first pick of the match being at 83 is a bit concerning, right? Simply because you're not really going to be able to continue it into a lot of different skill sets, right off the gate. It is not going to be any direct transfers towards any of the others, any other ways that you can go for, right? It is not opening up more doors for them or something like that. But it is still going to be quite risky, because out of all DTs, with the exception of course, the speedy one, the DT2 that has been banned, it was kind of the closest one, at least in the qualifiers, and I believe in the group stage it was kind of the same tale for them, so a bit surprised again for this pick, but it's not completely unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, you either go for something that shows a bit more about your opponent, or you just go into something you feel comfortable on. And this map, definitely not the worst performance from Netherlands. They did get 2.8 million against Austria on it. So it does make sense. This pick definitely does make sense, together with that no mod 3 high seed. And overall, just pretty good proficiency on their healthy picks. But it's a question of whether they can perform well in this matchup as well, or if Finland can pull off a breakpoint on the first map. Seeing players in lobby, we can check the roster we have seen from Netherlands on this before, and I see some changes. John Atkin, Burning John, and Drerian. So 3 players of the core of Netherlands in, but then We have seen Genga also in instead of UC2, so a switch up there. On side of Team Finland, we have Turkish, Haviu, Nemk, and Tableti, which is gonna be the core roster of Finland, usually at least Tableti, Nemk, and Turkish. So stay tuned for that. Seeing that the fall comes from Netherlands and John Etken Dreyer. Two-way miss for Netherlands is not gonna help them this early into the map, even though it's early, the map is only 1 minute 40 seconds of terrain time. Turkish does find the trade, but Finland still on a 3 FC run against 2 on Netherlands side.
Yeah, I mean, so far it is looking great for Finland. I mean, they have the advantage on the combos, they have an advantage on the accuracy more or less, especially with some misses finally coming in from UC2. And this combo break with 95% accuracy is just going to be, wow, just blowing up the score advantage toward the team Finland, that they are still holding, I believe, 3 FCs only with 1 combo break at the very start of the map from Turkish. But wow, as we are slowly getting towards the second half, it seems like the 500k score difference is not going to be overthrown anytime soon, simply because they are just looking so much comfortable than the team Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean, looking at how this map is going, I'm surprised that we don't see Genga also in, as he was the one FCing this map for Netherlands, so really interesting switch up there. Finland with 2.8 million team score and still going with Haviu and MQ, both holding that full combo, building that break wall more and more against Netherlands, finding that first breakpoint more, most definitely, as there's not enough time for the shift to happen. And the real question is, can they build the wall tall enough to get to 1 million score difference? Not really, but 900,000 points is quite the chunk, even though we see the best score coming from Netherlands. 1 FC against 2, basically. We don't talk about what happened to Nemk at the end of the map. Is just not enough for Netherlands, and they did underperform by about 200,000 points, which is not bad. But against Finland with 3.5 million, this was more certainly a mispick almost, really.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the reason why I thought that it is not really working out that easily for them, right? Finland has a lot of potential to really pop up for this type of old sea kind of slider type of map, and they have shown it right now before our eyes. And well, again, just 2 S rank from the Finland are only certifying that thought even further. But the question right now is what they're going to be continuing with, and it seems like DT is going to be the name of the game here. DT1 is finally on the table, the one that Finland has been looking quite confident on.
Yeah, double time one makes quite a bit of sense, especially after this double time 3. It's another one of those DTA maps, quite a different map compared to DT3, but it still has some aim. And especially with the tapping bans from Netherlands, you would like to pick into something that has tapping in it, and this double time one definitely serves that purpose as well, with those 270 BPM bursts here and there. Okay, it is a map that is mostly based on aim, as it is your standard generic DT1, but those bursts, those streams throughout the map are just unforgiving, and if you are not comfortable with 270 BPM, you will suffer on those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? Because the lineups are pretty much just getting ready right now in the lobby, and I don't know, this DT1 is just, it's kind of unrelentless, you know? Simply because there's, again, just not a lot of place where you can kind of relax, get your grip back into the place, or at least get your fingers back intact, right? Slide it back to the keys they belong on, but well, I guess it is just kind of a challenge of the DT1, right? A bit of a speedy one. I'm not even completely sure how to call it. Speed aim? Something along the way, right? And this description is going to be pretty much fulfilling what this DT1 is about. So a lot of bursts, a lot of just general small-esque aim patterns are going to be the name of the game here. And well, again, as we could have mentioned, Netherlands is pretty nice, right? They are pretty good at this type of aim, but Finland is just looking to feel good enough, right? Especially after the DT3, it seems like they are just riding the high.
Yeah, Finland definitely on with the breakpoint of their own.
Alright, and as we are going to be finally starting getting into the intro of this map, just the clockwork is going to be the only place where you can kind of get used to the feeling before jumping straight into the actual map. The first boost, the first aim patterns are showing up, and we are live right now as the accuracy advantage is going to be getting towards the team Netherlands, at least for now, but the combo is kind of a trouble, especially as King Galota is going to be the first one to find the break, only traded by Burning John, but also from the same team of Netherlands.
Yeah, joining them is Evert for Finland side, but 3 FCs against 2 is still something that is in Finland's liking right now. The accuracy is also somewhat on their side, not really, with Jonathan really holding the 98%, but Turkey is finding a miss on that other FC of Finland, now down to 2 FCs against 2 FCs on Team Netherlands, and the support for Team Netherlands is striking hard, striking painfully, as Burning John Genga also are supporting their team quite well to gain the 50,000 point lead, and still growing as the support from Finland is tiny bit better, tiny bit smaller, sorry. Jimmy finding a miss on another huge combo down goes now the FC from Finland, now 150k, and growing Netherlands are in a really good position here with 2 FCs on the board, still 3. John Atkins still fighting hard, still building more and more, reinforcing the wall they have built with their full combos against Finland, who is hopelessly trying to find a miss from Netherlands, trying to get something to come back from, but it's just not happening. Netherlands too comfortable on this map to drop any score whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just looking so nice for them. They just have the combo advantage, they have the accuracy advantage as well, and some of those misses that we have seen previously from the Finland in the start are just not doing them any favors right now, because even with the miss from Dread that we have seen come in, there might not be just enough nodes in the map to get Finland an advantage, unless we are going to be seeing the breakdown right at this moment from any and all players from the side of Netherlands, but that is not going to be the case. Dread is the only one to find another break, while Finland is just trying their best. They are going to be making the difference go down little by little, especially with some of the accuracy drops from the side of Netherlands. But is there going to be enough time? No! And with a miss at the end from Sadvigi, it is just going to cement that Netherlands is still back into the place. They are still good enough to get a point on board for them.
Yeah, unfortunate misses coming in from Netherlands at the end of the map, especially with 3, 1 miss, but they did enough damage already. Genga with 800k recovery is also a great score. Burning John 1 miss as well, 1 slider break. Team Netherlands definitely pulling this back on this double time 1 against Finland. 1-1 we are equal, and that's gonna be a trade of breakpoints, which is rare to see at the first pick of the match, but both teams just realizing, yeah, maybe we did not estimate the other team the way we should, and maybe we did not do that great of a research, and now we picked into something they're actually more comfortable on than we are. But now Netherlands has a way to fix their mistake from their first pick with next pick of their own. The question is what they go to, because the double time 3 Snapple did not really work out for them that well, so normal 3 is a tiny bit out of question, I'd say. Maybe that HR3 could work with some really interesting patterns, or really difficult patterns, a lot of patterns that just go and go and go. Maybe they could opt for something completely different in the free mod pool potentially, which has been used quite a bit throughout this group stage, so I would not be surprised if we see some free mod picks.
I mean, I'm not even completely sure what we are going to expect him, first of all. What we can expect as a pick from both the teams right now, right? Because while again, they were a little bit understandable, they were still quite shaky, right? BT1 is something that Netherlands generally should be having an advantage on. It was picked by Finland. This 3 was something that, again, Finland is so much closer on to Netherlands than any other maps in the pool, and we are still seeing it show up as the first pick of this match. So now the pick coming in from Netherlands is just such an I don't know, just a random number generator that I'm kind of lost at this moment, right? I guess they are just kind of looking for what they want to play right today, and that might be one of the reasons why they are playing as much as they are. And 3-2 is going to be another map to go for. Again, it just kind of makes sense, right? Because they do have a lot of players that are able to get some of those, for example, easy players on board, get some of that score advantage. But Finland kind of can match that, so I'm not completely sure.
I mean, Netherlands definitely pulling up a great performance on the 3-2 against Austria with a 3.3 million team score. UC2 with a double S on easy. Genga also with a pretty nice score on easy as well. John Atkin with 800k on HR, and Potja Nutella on 965k FC on the normal. So will be a tough one to face if you are Team Finland. But then you look at Team Finland side and you see some pretty notable players for that mod capabilities, especially Evert for that gimmicky maps, hidden or easy on that side could come as well. You have Tablety for HR, you have Nemk, you have Turkis, you have a way to shout back at Netherlands, you have a way to strike back even if they are so great on that mod and even if they are so good on this 3-2. Again, what we have seen throughout this group stage, this 3-2, is a map that gets pretty simple on easy, being 2x multiplier, and really, I don't think we have seen many hiddens on it, and we do see more easies than hiddens on this map overall, so interesting to see what mods the players choose, but again, I would expect either easy or hidden coming in from Evert. If Tablety isn't, then probably HR for Tablety. Netherlands, I don't see a way, I don't see a reason for them to change the roster. It will probably be Nutella, Jonathan, UC2 and Genga also, as they played it before, because that just worked for them, and why change something that works so well? We see good lucks in the chat, which would mean that we will be starting soon enough. And looking at the chat, we see Burning John saying good luck, have fun. So now I'm actually questioning if Genga also is playing today.
I mean, we have seen him in a previous map on the D1, pretty sure, but it's still quite unexpected if we are not going to be seeing him in the lobby, but we are seeing good luck, have fun from him as well, so that might be just a big con job right now before our eyes, and we are just getting confused for no reason. But yeah, as we are did indeed see a lot of good luck, have fun. It just that means that we are starting the map right now. Unfortunately, we are not going to be seeing it for a moment. There might be some technical difficulties, so apologies for that, but at the very least we can see that the first player is still seeing the intro, which is pretty nice. Well, what can we expect? First of all, of course, we are going to be seeing a lot of players from both the sides. There are going to be a lot of, I believe, modification differences. Let's hope for the better, first of all, and look forward to what the players are going to be able to perform, as it is quite an important map to get another point or break point on.
Well, we definitely can hear the song and we can hear someone playing. We are just not sure who is playing. So, oh, there it is. Finally, we are in the map, and as I said, we see Europe on easy together with Evert, Saviu on normal and Nemco on HR against Burning John on HR, UC2 and Genga also on easy, and John Atkin on no mod. So a bit of a switch up here and there for Team Netherlands, even though it did work pretty well for them last time. So I'm not fully sure why the switch up, but it's their choice. But yeah, seeing the match go as of now, 120,000 points in favor of Team Netherlands, as both of the easy scores and basically every single score of Team Finland and is down. And on the side of Team Netherlands, it's looking kinda same. Outside of Genga also on easy, everyone else is just down. No combo, no score, no nothing whatsoever. And the score is just going and going to the side of Team Netherlands, especially with another miss coming in from Saviu. And this pick does look much better than the first pick for Netherlands.
Yeah, it just seems like a bit of a domination right now from Netherlands. Definitely a great pick from them. It seems like even with some unfortunate misses coming in from Galoza and Burning John, for example, it is still more than enough simply because they do have that easy multipliers, that do have incredible performances that are just better than their opponents right now. While they are going to be recovering actually quite well, to be fair, right? Even on 270 combo, Juniper on 170, but still it is not going to be enough to get through the vault of 500k that Netherlands were able to build in the meantime. And with that, we are going to be finally seeing a lead for the first time in this match for Netherlands 2-1.
Well, definitely not the performance we have seen from Netherlands before, but it is gonna be enough to face Team Finland on this 3-2, and we see the reason why Finland did not play the 3-2 in any of these matches, any of their matches just yet, because it is not their best map. Let's be real here. Even though we see some nice easy scores here and there, it's Genga also. Who did pull a great performance together with UC2 for Netherlands to gain them that 444,000 point score lead. And now with that said, 2-1 Netherlands not giving out another breakpoint to Finland. Finland should respawn with a pick of their own and a point of their own if they want to stay in the match and keep it tight. And they will opt instantly into HR2, which is a map that will make sense for Finland here, as they are overall seeded 5 on HR2 with 3.3 million team score, which looks scary, but then you look at the side of Netherlands and they are also not lacking that much, 3.1 million team score at seed 13. The seeding difference is there, but the team score difference around 200,000 points. It's not that huge, and it's a kind of different kind of map than we have seen in qualifiers by a little bit. It is more of a mix of aim and tapping, and basically very much in it. Some control patterns, a lot of them actually, and it's combined with the CS 6.5 precision skill set you need to have to play this map comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, CX 6.5 is always kind of a threat, right? In the harder to, it is kind of the reason why you have to keep your sight still on the monitor, still looking and being focused on what is actually going on. But honestly, this is the type of map which you can actually mind box so easily on, right? Because again, the buttons are kind of brutal. They are not exactly very aim heavy, I guess, right? Because the spacing is not incredibly high or something, as for example we can see on the other harder tools, right? In this tournament or others. But the overall patterns that we are going to be seeing are kind of weird, you know. There's a lot of overlaps, there are a lot of kind of repetitive patterns, right? And that is the reason why it is just sometimes hard to fully focus and not let go of one of those just pesky notes, or letting out of your just focused vision on the harder too. So this is kind of the trouble, this kind of the problem that players that are going to be facing off against again today are going to be meeting, right? They're going to be trying to get over it, and well, this is the question to answer. And honestly, at least in theory, it feels like it should be a map that Finland should be quite comfortable on, honestly.
Yeah, definitely a map that on paper should favor Finland by a little bit, but not by too much, looking at the average team score difference, as I said. So still will be an interesting one. We see the HR rosters for Team Netherlands and Finland in John Etken, Burning John, Dreer, Genga also in. On the side of Team Finland, you have Nemg, Jimmy, Turkis and Saviu for their HR squad, and let's see which HR squad is gonna be stronger on this HR2 precision map that, as you mentioned, is not the shortest one with 3 minutes and 12 seconds at the slot.
Well, and as we are getting into the intro, you can just kind of understand what players have to get through, right? The 6.5 CS is quite oblivious to the eye. Yumi is going to be the first one to fall a victim to this trouble, but for now it is but a start, right? The map is decently long, right? I believe holding it around 3 minutes of drain time. There is a lot of ways to get that combo back in, get the score advantage towards any of the teams, but for now you just have to survive, right? You have to get into the groove, get into actually understanding what is happening at this moment, at this kind of a map style, and well, so far all the players are doing nicely exactly that, with again a small exception of Yumi finding another unfortunate mistake.
Yeah, Yumi with another break is gonna hurt Finland a little bit. They are still holding on to that score advantage by a little bit due to the accuracy on their side. But that will shift back to Netherlands as they find more combo, but the goes down for the Netherlands, giving the lead back to Team Finland. 1 FC down against 1 FC, 2 FCs now with Gengar also going down, but that's traded dynamic. So now 2 FCs against 2 FCs, the accuracy is still on Team Finland's side, but not on the FCs anymore, as 99% John Edkin and Burning John will start shifting the score towards Netherlands as long as Yumi's support score goes down. If Yumi's support score holds intact, though, it will be difficult to Netherlands to shift it back, but Turkish finds a miss together with Dreyer, but that's 1 FC down against 1 support score down. John Edkin, though, missing out on the chance to evaluate on this break from Turkish with a break of their own, and now it's 1 FC against 1 FC. Saviu against Burning John with the better accuracy, but Finland with the better supporting score from Mimi. And now it's a question of who can hold the support score better, who can hold the FC better, because if Burning John goes down, it goes to Finland. If Saviu goes down, it goes to Netherlands. So nerves might be on both sides, a lot of pressure on one player and another. Don't miss out on this back and forth sliders. Turkey is finding a miss, but that's not the combo on Finland that matters too much right now, even though the support score from Netherlands might happen to be meaningful as well. Gengar also to find the trade with Turkey, so nothing big happening just yet, and we are still waiting on those big scores. But Saviu does find the break on the FC. Now it's only Yimi against Burning John. Burning John has the full combo in their hands, but the support for Netherlands is falling, and the reinforced wall on Team Finland side might be holding due to the support of Yimi, and then it's still staying on their side. It's solidified. It's 65k and it's not moving anywhere unless we see another miss from Finland, and that does come from them. It's John Edkin, Burning John against Yimi's support with Saviu, but Burning John unfortunately finding the miss, and I think that's gonna be it for Netherlands on this HR2.
Yeah, it seems like the incredible recovery from Yumi was the reason why they were able to hold on to that score advantage towards the side. That is not just about the combo, it is about the accuracy as well. 99.3 incredible percent from Yumi is the reason why they are going to be taking another point towards the Finland, I believe. Incredibly just equalizing against the scoreboard and showing why that is such an incredibly fun matchup to witness, as we are going to be heading towards another map really soon, and we are kind of running out of options for both the teams.
Yeah, 2 maps in from both sides, 4 maps picked, 4 maps banned, 8 maps down from the map pool. We are running out of options, as you said. It was a bit sad to see Netherlands fall down and the domino effect. You have seen Big John finding the miss on the FC, and then everything just went wrong for Netherlands there, giving the Finland the 130,000 point lead. Yimi with a crazy reverse choke. 1 miss at the beginning of the map, and that's about it. Now Netherlands gonna opt for the gimmicky pick of no mod 5. It did work out for them on 3 mod 2, so why not try it again?
That's a good question, and it seems like they are going to be trying that out as well, especially again, as I mentioned previously, Node 5 is a map that Finland has banned 2 times previously in this 4WC group stage, so it kind of makes sense to just try to press on the wound that is open for the taking for the Team Netherlands here, but it is still going to be a bit of a throw, a bit of a coin flip, as well kind of every map is at this point. I feel like especially this map will be a bit of a trouble, because the question is what teams are going to be focusing a bit more on, right? On combo or accuracy, because, well, generally, if you are not really going to be caring much about it, you are going to be able to FC it more or less steadily, right? More or less consistently, but the accuracy is kind of, it's a high risk, high reward, right? If you want to hold a great accuracy, you'll be risking so much on the combo side, but the reaping, just the scores that you can sell and get towards the team is sometimes so worth it in this, and in a matchup as close as Netherlands versus Finland, it might just be worth it, as what one would say.
Yeah, definitely a pick that makes a lot of sense coming from Netherlands side. We will see Evert on Finland, maybe looking a bit scary, as he is the one that you look out to for Finland on the gimmicky picks, but considering this map has most of its difficulty from the rhythm of it and not really from the reading part, even though it's AR 7.5. It will be interesting to see how Evert will do on this, and other players obviously as well. Jonathan Burning, John Genga also, and UC2 in for Netherlands with Saviu, Juip, Tabletti and Evert for Finland. And I believe that's gonna be it, yes, as we head into this no mod 5. As you mentioned, it's a question of whether you want a combo or you want the egg. We have seen most of the teams just go for the accuracy, for the combo part. You see some huge egg drops on Evert's side and some other clans as well, but I'm not really sure if that's just Bancho doing some startup trolling or it was just the players getting used to the flow of the map, the rhythm of the map, because there's quite a bit of it. And starting off, we see a lot of accuracy, a lot of combo all over the board, even though we see a lot of 100s every now and then. This map is not giving you anything if you don't tap it precisely. And Burning John finally the first miss, trading the accuracy for combo is not gonna be worth it for them, as they are now down to 90% and no combo at all, giving the lead to Finland's side for the slightest bit of time.
Yeah, but Netherlands is just holding out barely by Kengaoze and UC2 with some incredible accuracy from them, finally dropping down a little bit, 95% from Kengaoze and 93% from UC2, but the score difference is just going to be climbing bit by bit towards Finland's side, as long as they are going to be able to hold on to whatever they are doing. The accuracy is again a little bit less, a little bit more shaky, but that is enough if they're going to be able to hold. Unfortunately, Jeep did find a miss earlier, but there is still a lot of place to recover.
Yeah, definitely a lot of space to recover. You see those misses on Finland's side from Europe. That will give the lead back to Netherlands side with Burning John's support. Now Tabletti goes down as well, which is gonna hurt Finland quite a bit, as they're down to 2 FCs. Europe goes down, so no support for those 2 FCs at all. Either Saviu trying to fight back, Saviu goes down as well, and Team Finland is falling apart on these ending sections of the map. On the other side, Netherlands holding attack, staying strong, not letting go anything they are holding on to. Evert goes down as well, and just as close as it looked for Finland before this ending section, it just falls apart. Everything goes down. The gates of Babylon have fallen, and Team Netherlands are running away with 900,000 point score difference on this normal 5.
Yeah, it seems like the break right before the last quarter was the reason, was a bit too much of a hit on the nerves for the Team Finland here. They just got a bit too shaky after seeing that Netherlands is just barely but is in the lead with some combos and accuracies at that. Especially we have to shout out Kenga also with 95% accuracy and an FC. Just incredible performance from them, and just continuing to do all they can to bring the Netherlands back into the action and get a lead against Team Finland here. But it is not the end. There is still a lot more maps to play, and us pick is going to be getting towards, I believe, Team Finland here. I'm not really sure what we are going to be seeing.
I mean, Finland definitely says otherwise as they insta-pick into another hard rock pick. HR3 will love music. This map is an interesting one. It's more on that alti side, but you have those incredibly difficult and incredibly uncomfortable star aim patterns that just go and go and go and don't stop once you get to them. So it's really difficult to hold your combo intact, to hold your accuracy intact, because on top of that, if you miss one of those circles and head into a node lock, your accuracy will suffer quite a bit, your score will suffer quite a bit, so stay sharp for that, heads up for that. And overall, this map, for being what it is, it's pretty lengthy with 3 minutes of drain time of this alt, snap alt, control type of stuff. Is gonna be something people might not be comfortable on.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we have to mention that we love music, incredible song, incredible map, just overall incredibly enjoyable experience and a joy to see in this pool. But when it actually comes to the map, it is, as you mentioned, is a bit of I guess an important one, right? Because it will be getting, first of all, a bit of an opening for any teams that will be winning a point here, right? Be it Netherlands that will be on match point, or Finland that will be able to equalize the score and get towards their head for some of those more aim controlled picks in the future, but they have to get through this map first, and general aim control check here is a bit of a brutal one, right? The biggest question right now, at least in my opinion, will be who will be hitting that big D-spike right before the midpoint of this map, because the one that will be able to get through will be getting such an insane advantage, such an insane runaway to get a lot of combat, a lot of score towards their side in a lot right before actually the ending of the song, right? Because there is going to be a big space for a build-up in the song.
Yeah, the song definitely a nice one. The map not so nice if you're not comfortable on this kind of HR, and let's be honest, there's not too many players that are comfortable on this kind of map, so it'll be interesting to see. We see the classic HR roster for Finland with Nemxaviu, Yimi and Tabletti in, John Atkin, Pot John Nutella, Burning John and Genga Ozo for Netherlands, so the trio of Johns and Genga Ozo fighting against this Finland HR3 pick, which on paper should go to Finland. Finland is better on HR, and Podjon Nutella finding the first break really early into the map. Might not matter too much, but you want every bit of combo on this kind of map if you want to score high, if you want to score well for your team. Genga also finding the miss as well. Now as we go down to 2 FCs against 4, and Finland can build a nice lead off this.
At least for now, but I believe there is just so much, actually, a lot of checks, a lot of aim control at the starting quarter or at the starting half of this map, so it is not going to be they're not going to be able to build that much of the score differences. They are going to be missing right after this point, as the KI section is going to be coming right up, and Yumi will be the first one to go down right in the build-up to this one, as we are seeing that it's only going to be trade, but Podjon Nutella actually.
Yeah, Podjon Nutella burning John trading with Yimi is not what's gonna help Netherlands come back on this. 200k in favor of Finland with another trade from Yimi and Podjon Nutella. 2 FC still intact. Actually, no, 1 FC intact for Team Netherlands. So John Atkin and the support from Genga also goes down. Tabletti does slow the shifting down together with Saviu with Finland. Double break, but there's still Nemk with the full combo of 98.5%. Not anymore as Nemk goes down. Now there is no combo on Team Finland, and there is an opening for Team Netherlands to come back on this. There is a hole in the wall for Team Netherlands to run through. Yimi find another break, 100,000 points in favor of Team Finland, but it's going down so fast. As long as there's no breaks from Team Netherlands, this is not gonna stop. Podjon Nutella first miss for Team Netherlands, but John Atkin is the score we are looking at right now.
Yeah, that is just looking incredible, especially because not only John Atkin, but the Burning John as well were able to hit that KI section and get a lot of combo and scores that I mentioned before the ending section that is coming right up in just a few moments as we are getting towards the last quarter of this map. We are going to be getting a score advantage, a slight one, but still at something towards the team of Netherlands, I believe getting to 20 to 30k score advantage. We are just getting straight into the action, and Finland is still holding some of the combos that they're able to recover, but that is not going to be enough. Only put John Nutella and Gengalosa going down, but still the C on board is incredible, is unshakable. John Atkin, even without support from Burning John, is able to show how it is done. The score advantage is going towards the team Finland because it is a team game, but John Atkin is just sitting waiting for an opportunity, waiting for one more miss from any of the players, but that is not going to be happening. Finland is the team that is able to shut down any carries against them, and with that, and actually a strong front double 80, which is kind of crazy, they are going to be getting another point towards the side and equalizing the score after all by the skin of the teeth.
The teamwork on this map is all that matters. Around 600,000 points average for Team Finland, which is enough to get them this point. Yes, we see that huge score from John Atkin. Big shout out there because that is an incredible one. But the supports, especially from Podjo, Nutella and Genga also, were not that incredible and will cost them the in points. That would be a lot of trouble for Finland now. We are back to even 3-3, one pick each, and we either see a tiebreaker or we see an upset from one side or another on a breakpoint late into the match. The question is though, what does Netherlands go for, as the map pool is slowly but surely shrinking and we don't have too many maps to choose from anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the trouble right now for Netherlands, right? Because not a lot of maps to choose from, right? Not a lot of maps that they are going to be having an advantage on, and still some of those a bit more of a consistent map only left on the field, with some small exceptions of course, but I'm really interested to see what will be the decision from Netherlands, because again, there is of course normal 3, there is of course normal 4, there is of course free mod 1 even in the place together with free mod 3, but all of them are a little bit uncertain, right? Because they are just so closely matched with Finland, especially as we have seen on some of those incredible performances like Hardrock 3, they are able to perform as a team opposite to the team Netherlands.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice on the normal 3 from Netherlands. We have seen them play these alternating picks pretty well, especially with that squabble up double time 3, but that went to Finland, so they are definitely capable of playing this. The question is if this is the correct option to choose here, with, as I said again, double time 3 squabble up going to Team Finland marginally, not by a small difference as well. And this map, even though it's slightly lighter on the snap, it's still aim control, snap ult, not too much of a flow one like Hidden 3 is, so I don't know, it's an interesting choice from Netherlands. They definitely do have some confidence if they wanna pick into this after the double time 3, but will be an interesting one to watch really.
Yeah, I'm honestly a bit, I cannot say confused, right, but I'm a bit surprised by the normal 3 pick, right? Especially after we have seen the HR3, right, where we did see some incredible performances, standout performances, even from people like Burning John, but I feel like right now it might be a bit of a troublesome reaction, right? Simply because if the team, it's a team performance that counts here, right? And even if it was close, Finland was able to perform a bit better as a team, and that cannot be just disregarded when you are picking a map in such a serious situation. Basically, the last 2 maps to play through with the exception of tiebreaker, so that is a bit of a nerve-breaking pick for me, right? But I guess Netherlands do know better as they're going to be starting in just a moment. But we have seen John Elton actually been AFK for a few nodes at the start of this map. Or was it Bancho?
I believe that was Banjo, as everyone is still holding the full combo and likes to do that from time to time, but I believe John Atkin does actually find the first miss very early into the map, starting off on the, let's say, slower part of the map as well, but definitely not a part that will forgive you any mistakes, any small errors, and you do fall short to that together with Evert as well, giving Finland a slight disadvantage over Netherlands at the center of the map. And knowing how this map goes, the less combo you build up at the beginning of the map, the more trouble you will have getting it back at the later stages of the map, just because how difficult it gets. You missed for Finland, and now it's almost 4-3 and something FCs from Netherlands against 1 and something from Finland, and this will cause a lot of trouble to Finland as the score goes to the Netherlands side right now.
Yeah, that is kind of incredible, but for now they just have to continue doing what they're doing, especially as they do have a lot of great performances right now from the side of Netherlands finally going down, as EC2 did find a mistake right before the actual KI section, right, with a lot of in-control elements, but it is going to be fine straight at the end with Yumi, and it is going to be a squad advantage going back towards Team Netherlands bit by bit if they are going to be able to hold on just for a while bit longer, as we are heading towards the last quarter of this map, and it seems like for now it is a lot of trouble for all the teams at the same moment. 3 breaks from Netherlands and 2 from Finland. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, these sliders definitely catching everyone off guard. We see one combo on Team Netherlands intact, one combo on Team Finland intact. And as long as we don't see a break from Genga also, which does come, there is not much for Finland to do. But with that break from Genga also, now Evert on 700 combo could do something with the score lead if the supports of Team Finland stay intact. Evert is still holding 120,000 points in favor of Team the Netherlands, but it's going down, and it's going down quickly. There's not that much map left, so there might not be enough time if the combos of Team Netherlands stay intact as well, but they don't seem to, as there are some actors, but Ever, just as it was about to shift, is gonna find a miss and stop the shifting of Team Finland, stop the comeback of Team Finland on this map, and not give the breakpoint to their side. 4-3 Netherlands, but this was way too close for comforts.
That was crazy. If not for a chain miss, one less miss coming in from Evert, it might have been enough to get a win towards the Finland side at the end, but unfortunately it happened. And that is the reason again for Netherlands to get this match towards the match point. The normal 3 did work out for them, and Finland is now in the are the chasing ones, right? They have to find some way to get ahead, to get another point on board, and finally get towards the tiebreaker of the 4WC2026 group stage. But I'm so flabbergasted about what is happening right now. I'm not sure. What can you even do at this moment? What map do you pick after such a tight loss on number 3?
I mean, that was way too close for comfort for Netherlands, definitely, but I did get the point after all. And now the last pick coming in, the last pick for Team Finland. It's do or die here. Either they win this and fight for their chance for the second place for the upper bracket in this 4WC 2026, or they go down to Netherlands and definitely down to the losers bracket in round of 16. The question is though, what do they have open? What stuff will they pick into? And we will see a map that, let's be honest here, this late into the match in 4-3 position, picking into a map that is basically a coin flip is a bold statement. It's a bold choice. 3 minutes and 12 seconds of this story, and Homewood 1 in front of us, 238 BPM, a map so difficult to single tap. So for any single tappers in the lobby, I'm sorry, it is on the shorter side compared to what we have seen on No Mod 1 in the previous stage, but it's just so consistent throughout the whole map, not counting the KIs where the difficulty spikes a little bit. It's so draining due to its high BPM. This is a difficult map, it's a fun map, it's a banger song, and will be an interesting one to see as the decider between a tiebreaker or a loss for Finland.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy to see number one in this situation, right? Especially as we have seen there is a lot of misses coming in from Finland, especially after they have seen some of those breaks, right? Where we can see some the scores that the opposing team is having. It seems like the nerve control is not really the biggest advantage for the team Finland here, so that is the reason why I'm quite surprised by this number one, but it seems like all other options were even worse for them as we are heading towards the actual, probably or most likely even the last map of this bout, unless we are going to be getting towards the tiebreaker right after the 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the drain time of the Nomad 1. But, well, it is truly the time to support your team as hard as you can. If you are following them, if you want them to win, it is the moment to cheer, to just get that all towards their side and get some of that energy towards them. And, well, let's hope that the best team will win this one.
Yeah, the best team may win this map. Even though it's a faster BPM, it might be a bit draining. It should be pretty comfortable for everyone in the lobby to FC. So it's a question of some shit misses, some slight misaims, and we see 2 of those on Oli and Genga also for Team Netherlands, none on Team Finland. And John Atkin joins the 3 of Netherlands. FCs are down now with 3 trying to fight back Team Finland with their strong 4FC build. This is looking really bad for Netherlands for this breakpoint option, but there's still chance. Evert goes down, slowing down the shifting of Team Finland a little bit, but they still have 3 FCs intact against 1 and some support for Team Netherlands, so it's gonna be a tough one for Team Netherlands to come back on. And as long as they don't see at least one more break from one of those FCs on Team Finland, it's gonna be a mission impossible for them. As of now, no one missing on the aim sections of the second KI. No one is falling short on their aim. No one doesn't find any margin of error in their aim and stays intact. But Tablety, what was that slider break, man? That was on absolutely nothing, giving the lead back to Netherlands. Nemk finding a miss as well. And what Finland has built is falling down faster than some stuff I will not mention. Saviu trying to hold that FC intact, trying to hold something for Finland, but as long as those 4 huge combos of Netherlands are staying in, it's gonna go to their side faster than a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, and it is just going back so much quicker, especially with the triple miss coming in from Finland, only traded by Ifanten. That is not going to be enough as the Netherlands is finally getting that one towards the side, and 3 still incredible combos, and still I believe 1 and 3 from Dreria. No mind that I'm just cursing them for no reason. Oh my god, that is actually breakdown! There is no combo left. Finland is the only one that only has a sliver of that, but that is not going to be enough as the map is finally finishing, and 190 combo at best from Finland at the end is not going to be enough to overthrow that win for Netherlands, and I believe guaranteed now top 2 place in the group F.
From a 4-way FC to a disaster for Finland. That's how fast things can go. Dreer with the 900k god-like comeback score for Team Netherlands. Finland definitely holding strong, but not strong enough to secure the 5th point or to face the tiebreaker. It's gonna be over for this group as well. Or, well, at least for the decider of this group, as Netherlands get their 2nd point. And actually, never mind looking at the group standings, we still will have a fight for the first place between Chile and Netherlands, as they are both sitting on 6-point differential, both sitting and 2-0 win-loss. And it's only the fight between those two to decide who will be the winner of Group C, but Finland definitely falling short and going down to the losers bracket of round of 16 here. Unfortunate for them, it was a really close match, but again, from 300k lead to losing the map, an unfortunate happening there.
Yeah, definitely going to be a cinema to watch indeed, at least in the future, but for now, I believe it is going to be the end. Do we have any more matches just in a few moments? I'm not going to be remembering this moment. If you could please look it up, but in the meantime, please remember we do have some sponsors inbound. Thank you Slider Power, thank you your BMO, and of course, how can we forget about Kagami Studios for supporting, for sponsoring this event, and thank you for watching. Please do buy some Slider Pals, support those people. They are doing incredible stuff for us and for the also community in general. So please, if you are able to, just find something that you like, and well, stay tuned for matches to come for the 4WC group stage.
Well, with that said, I'm just gonna say that don't go anywhere, don't move from your place, because 17 UTC is the time on Chile-Netherlands matchup, which is basically now. So, it will be it from me, but we will see Tommy in the caster booth, probably, maybe not.
I hope not. Throat is dead at the moment.
But yeah, the match soon, don't go anywhere, and goodbye.
Bye.
Holori holori 涙がほろり心震